I've never in my life been a fan of mac and cheese, but American barbecue mac and cheese. That is a different story. Welcome to Red Hook in Brooklyn. I don't think there's a better way in New York City, or any other way in general, to start your day than with a good cup of coffee. I am here in Brooklyn, New York City. If you haven't been watching my vlogs for very long, you'll probably not know this, right? But I am a New York regular now, I'd say. I've been here 4 or 5 times in the last year. I love it here so much. New York is energy. It is pure energy, and it just makes me feel alive. I love it in this place. But every time we've stayed in New York, we have stayed in Brooklyn, just along the way, over the water, slightly from Manhattan. Brooklyn is amazing. In fact, in times gone by, Brooklyn as a standalone city was one of the biggest cities in all of the United States of America, all in its own right. And I know Brooklyn is certainly a lot bigger than any city in Scotland. There's a lot to do here. And in fact, when you stay here in Brooklyn, you do not need to leave this borough. There is so much going on here. It's so big, so diverse, with so many different restaurants and so many different things to do that you literally don't need to leave here ever. So I wanted to make today's video to kind of pay homage to Brooklyn. I have stayed here now 3 or 4 times in a row. Every time I've stayed in New York, I've stayed in Brooklyn. It's just cooler here. And sure enough, if all the things you're going to be doing are in Manhattan, like the theaters and stuff, and that's all you want to do, and you're here for like 2 or 3 days only, then probably Manhattan's your better bet. But if you're here to see a bigger diversity of things in New York, the better food options, the better culture, I think Brooklyn is the best hub, right? And I am staying here in Brooklyn this time. The first time we came to Brooklyn, we stayed in Bed-Stuy. The second time we came to Brooklyn, we stayed in downtown Brooklyn, which was awesome as well. All these places are great. And on this trip to New York City, I am staying in a neighborhood in Brooklyn that I have never been to before. It is Red Hook. And Red Hook is just on the waterfront, like the docks are literally down there. And there is a boat from there that goes straight over to Manhattan. The view from my window is towards the World Trade Center in Manhattan. But I wanted to make today's video to kind of show you around Brooklyn and show you what I get up to on a day in Brooklyn. We're staying here in Red Hook with the Look Hotel. I'm almost done my morning coffee. As soon as I'm done, I'm going to go and get ready, and it's off to the streets of Brooklyn. Let's go and see what Red Hook has to offer. Let's go and see what the wider borough has to offer. Okay, so the guys from the hotel have given me a shopping list of awesome bars and restaurants that they said I need to check out in this neighbourhood. And the first stop is Fort Defiance, which apparently has a really good lunch, so that is what's happening right now. Wow, that was such a good American brunch here in Red Hook. Awesome, really liked it. Very, very filling, to say the least. And listen, I have never in my life liked hash browns, but then again, I've never tried American hash browns. They are so much better than British hash browns. Where have American hash browns been all my life? Okay, so now that we have walked about 10 minutes from the hotel, had brunch, and we're kind of coming through this neighbourhood now, and definitely seeing how artsy it is. The houses here, a lot of the places have been kind of converted here and are very, very nice. Oh wow, and these guys have went all out for Halloween. That is spooky as hell. Look at that. What? Alright, I think we've walked as far as we can down Van Brunswick. Is it Van Brunswick? Van something street here in Red Hook. And we've come to the docks. They're literally on the water, on the river. Can't go any further. I'm just going to have a quick look down here. But you can see these are all dockyard or old former dockyard buildings which are now turned into all sorts of things, from apartments to cafes and stuff. Yeah, it's an interesting area to walk around, that is for sure. Okay, I'm not really sure what this is about. I would understand if it had been turned into something, but there was like an abandoned tram carriageway here. Can you get my camera inside it? I guess they open this up sometimes, but that's a bit weird. There is so much awesome street art in this part of Brooklyn. You might recognise this girl from a certain movie, but scary. I almost fell backwards when I saw that. Oh, one crazy thing about New York. I think every time I've been here now, this is my fifth time in New York City. And every single time I've been here, it has been so incredibly hot, unbearably hot. And two of the times we've been here have been in October, when it's supposed to be getting cooler. Right now is the middle of October, and let me tell you, it is still hot. Even though it's a grey, gloomy day, it is very, very humid here in Red Hook. Taking my shirt off, trying to cool down. Just need to remember to keep drinking water. That was my mistake last time, I did not drink enough water. Now, it has only been a couple of hours since we had breakfast, brunch here in Red Hook, but I'm told one of the things that we cannot miss, we cannot go away from Red Hook without coming to this barbecue place, Hometown Barbecue, which apparently a lot of people say is one of the best and most original American barbecues that you can find, not just in Red Hook, or not just even in Brooklyn, but all of New York. So here we are, Hometown Barbecue in Brooklyn, in Red Hook, and we're gonna come and fill our faces even more. I think I'm gonna be putting on a lot of weight today, but listen, it's alright. It's just one day. I'll have to work hard when I get home or something to get over it. Let's go and get some meat. Alright guys, so we're here at the Hometown Barbecue, and wow, I don't even know where to start with this. The meat looks incredible. I've not tried it yet, but listen, look. You just can't go wrong with a piece of brisket that looks like that. You can't go wrong with that. Some all-American mac and cheese. I went to a barbecue that was exactly like this, or very similar, in Texas. I don't know if you remember that vlog, it's on my main channel, and I posted that like over a year ago now. And it was an amazing experience. I've never been to a place like it ever since, until now. This is amazing. Let's get that brisket down my throat. Finally, some good meat. Like, in the UK we don't know how to do good meat. Get some barbecue sauce, and we're all cooking with gas. I've never in my life been a fan of mac and cheese, but American barbecue mac and cheese. That is a different story. This is the best food I've had in New York, I think. Wow, well, I am done with food for today, I think. I'm going to try and haul my carcass out of here and do some more exploring, because Brooklyn's huge, there's a lot to see and do here. Highly recommended if any of you guys are here in Red Hook in Brooklyn, or if you're in Brooklyn at all, get your ass over here to Hometown Barbecue. It is good stuff. Oh wow, Hometown Barbecue. That is incredible, amazing. And so I think my big takeaway from walking around Red Hook, Brooklyn, is awesome food opportunities. There are so many good places to eat here at decent prices, as we've seen in this vlog, and they've been really good. There is so much culture, art. There's something like 200 artists that live in this neighborhood. And also you've got lots of small businesses popping up and doing awesome things like the whiskey distillery. So yeah, it's a great place to stay and a lot of things to see here. A lot of people might not necessarily know about, because there's so much in New York. There's so many things that kind of pull your attention away, but actually when you're here in these types of neighborhoods, there's just a lot of really cool things to do. So yeah, I'm happy we came here, without a doubt, and I will be back. But anyway, for the second part of the video, I actually want to catch a ferry from here in Red Hook and go a little bit further away and actually take a ride upriver to another part of Brooklyn that I know about, which is also awesome and within very easy reach of this neighbourhood. The cool thing about Red Hook is it's only within the last year apparently that the ferry service has begun running, and I think, you know what, the ferry's just such a nice way to travel around the city. We've got all this awesome water here in New York, they might as well use it. It's much nicer than getting underground, much nicer.